This video provides an overview of how to process settlements in Transport Pro. We will cover how to pay owner-operators and company drivers, and we will learn how to settle loads and empty movements. A settlement entry gets created when a load is marked Ready to Bill. To show you how it works, I'm going to mark my load Ready to Bill and click Save. Scroll down on the Load Summary page to the Settlement Entries section. We can see that the settlement entry has been created and is in a pending status. Next, I'm going to show you the features of the settlement menu. Let's review the settlements dashboard. This page shows you various settlement statistics. You can see how many pending settlements and pay adjustments you have. You can also see the number of settlements month to date and year to date, among other statistics. You can click on any of the blue hyperlinks to be redirected to a specific page. For example, if I decide that I want to look at all of the pending settlements I have for my company drivers, I can click on the number and I will be redirected to the appropriate screen. The next tab in the Settlements menu is Process Pending Settlements, which we will cover a little later in this video. Below that is the Pay Adjustments queue. Any loads that you rebill drop into this queue for review. For further detail on this, please watch the video on how to rebill a load. Next, there is the Print queue. You can search for specific settlements in this queue by entering the desired search criteria and clicking Search. Select the settlements you would like to print and click Print to print to your local printer. Next, you have the option to pull up two reports, the Completed Settlements Report and the Settlement Activity Summary. To review the settlement entries that you have completed, follow the path in the menu, Settlements, Settlement Reports, Completed Settlement Report. You are required to enter at least one type of search criteria. So for this example, I'm going to enter a date range and click Get Report. A list of completed settlements will populate. Here, you can see the settlement ID, account name, who completed the settlement, the amount, and the date the settlement was completed. You can either send the settlements to the print queue or pull up a printable report in a separate tab by clicking the Printable Report link. Now, let's look at the Settlement Activity Report. You are required to enter a date range here. Click Get Report. The report will open in a new tab. Here, you will see all of the settlements within your entered date range, broken down by line item. All load earnings as well as any recurring deductions will be displayed in this report. You will also manage your fuel cards from the Settlements menu, but we will cover fuel cards in a separate video. Now let's learn how to approve settlements in the system. We will start with owner-operator settlements. The system is designed to pay the owner of the truck, so you must be sure to set up an owner-operator's profile correctly. You can set the owner up to be paid on a percentage or per mile basis for loaded dispatches, and you can also set up an owner to be paid on a per mile basis for empty miles. When you dispatch an owner-operator on a load, you get a little more flexibility at the time of dispatch. You can override the rate settings on the owner profile and pay the owner a percent of freight, a flat rate, per hour, or percent of gross. You have less flexibility when you dispatch a company driver. However, you will be able to pay on a per hour or flat rate basis if necessary. Either way, once you bill the load, the system will create the settlement entries. Let's see what the settlement entries look like for an owner-operator who gets paid 80% of freight. Follow the path in the menu, Settlements, Process Pending Settlements, Owner-Operators. A pending settlement screen will open. You can filter by specific criteria if needed. Find the name of the owner-operator you wish to settle. For this demonstration, I'm going to settle Joshua Courtney. Click on the Settle icon out to the right. The details of Joshua's settlements will be displayed. Note that the Date column represents the date that the settlement was created. We can see the payment details in the Memo column. If the system has automatically inserted an empty movement, it will drop into Settlements, which we can see here. If the owner is set up to receive payment on a per mile basis and receives payment for empty mileage, that amount will drop in with the empty movement. From here, I have the option to edit the settlement, add images, or delete the settlement. To edit a settlement entry, click on the Edit icon. A small window will open. Here, you can change a number of items, including the account name, date to pay, rate, and more. To add an image file to a settlement, click on the Image icon. A small window will open. Click on the Add File link, select the correct file, and click Save. When you attach an image to a settlement entry, the image will be included with the settlement summary sent to the driver. This is a nice feature if you need to deduct a repair invoice or other deduction from an owner-operator and want to show them why it was deducted. To delete an item, click on the scissor icon. You also have a number of settlement tools out to the right. If you need to jump to another account quickly, you can do so by clicking the Jump to Account link and typing in the desired name. You can also add a deduction, earning, or reimbursement. For example, let's say I need to pay my owner-operator for detention. Enter the settlement code you have set up for detention. When you begin typing, the code will populate. Click on it to lock it in. Enter the desired rate. In this case, I'm going to pay him $50. Although it is not required, we highly recommend entering the load ID when you do this to keep things organized. Once everything looks correct, click Save. You will now see that detention has been added to the owner's settlement. To approve a settlement, check the desired boxes in the Include column. Notice that as I check the boxes, the settlement total appears below. Please note that Transport Pro does not calculate payroll taxes. Once you have selected the items you would like to pay out, make sure the settlement date is correct, and add any internal or external comments if needed. Lastly, determine whether or not you would like to send a settlement summary to the owner-operator. Click Approve. When you click Approve, the system will automatically bring up the settlement details screen for the next owner-operator you need to settle. You can click on the Move to Next Account link to bring up the settlement screen for the next owner-operator. After you approve the settlements, you can review the details via the Completed Settlements Report and Settlement Activity Report. Since I just settled Joshua Courtney, I will show you what his completed settlement looks like. Here, you can review the information. To pull up more details, click on the Settlement ID. If for any reason you need to void the settlement, you can do so by clicking the Void Settlement link in the upper right-hand corner. I will also show you what his settlement activity summary looks like. Here, I can see a breakdown of his line items, as well as the total settlement amount. Now let's settle a company driver. The process is the same, but we'll walk through it. Follow the path in the menu, Settlements, Process Pending Settlements, Company Drivers. Click on the Settle icon out to the right of the account you need to settle. When the Pending Settlement detail window opens, select the items you wish to pay out. You have the same settlement tools here. Review the total and the date, enter any comments, and determine whether or not you want to send a summary. Once everything looks good, click Approve. After you approve the desired settlements, you can review the details of those settlements via the settlement reports as previously discussed. And that sums up the settlement features in Transport Pro. If you would like to schedule a demonstration or if you have questions, please call us at 800-800-5917 or email us at info@transportpro.net. You can learn more about us by visiting our website, www.transportpro.net. If you are ready to sign up, you can do so by visiting the features page of our website and clicking Learn More. Thank you for watching this video.